mean, I know my
Just for
mom has a hard enough time believing in reincarnation, much less that, you know, you reincarnate to something other than human. And, but after my daughter passed, she was looking outside, and you know how the spring, and they're just covered with dandelions, tons of dandelions everywhere in the yard. And there was this bird in the yard, and my mom said, God, you know, if Ashley is okay and she's still, you know, if she can still be with us and whatever, you know, can you just have that bird land on? And she picked the tallest dandelion in the yard. And my mom said before she even fully got the thought out, the bird hopped over, and it was probably a good yard or two away, and sat not next to, but right on top of that flower.
That's pretty amazing.
So,
Monica and I have known each other for a long time. But for a long time I was working at the grocery store doing my tags, and she'd come in, and our daughters were exactly the same ages, and we would commiserate raising daughters, you know, we'd go with me. And then Ashley was involved in that accident, and we weren't real close then. I mean, it wasn't like we called each other on the phone or anything, but, you know, when I realized it was her daughter, I knew I needed to go and
Be there with her,
go to her.
absolutely, sure.
And so I waited until there weren't so many cars and whatnot, because I didn't know how it would be received, you know. So during the funeral, when everybody was there, I didn't feel like I knew the family enough to go. But I spent the day with my thoughts and with my prayers for my friend, you know. And like I said, I'm a gardener, and that's how I express myself. And I put a garden in for her daughter.
now, going back to the whole Hitler thing, I've tried to explain this to Trix before. There's a couple things, like if you really think about it. One could be that whether we like it or not, Hitler and all 6 million Jews that were killed by Hitler made agreements prior to coming there for whatever purpose. In that case, maybe the judgment that you would have for yourself would be different. If it was an agreed upon thing that was necessary for the involvement of
I was just going to
Spirit.
say, usually out of tragedy comes a lot of, you know, love
and positive change.
energy, positive change for the whole.
Now, if he did it just purely as being evil, whether he thought he was 1,000% right here or not, this is my belief, but I think once you cross through the veil into that other place, truth is abundant. And I think once you're faced with truth, then you will judge yourself. I think that Hitler, after he crosses, if it wasn't something beyond what I can know, and it wasn't something that was agreed with the universe, if it was just him being horrible, I think his soul will go over there and go, oh crap.
My bad. I need to go back.
And I don't even think, you know, I think there's going to be a lot of stuff that has to happen before he could even contemplate rectifying things on this planet again. So I think that our hell is more our inability to forgive ourselves. Just like you have a difficult time forgiving your sister-in-law, I think once we cross, if we've wronged people and we experience the hurt and the pain that we've caused other people, whether we were conscious of it or not, I think, you know, our intent obviously is going to have a lot to do with it. But especially, I think if we intended to harm others while we're here, in any way, once we get there, I think because of ourselves, because
Well, you want to aspire to divinity, you want to aspire to something good, and if you feel that you haven't aspired to something good, then you do need to repent, and this is all against your own self, what you believe.
Not against God or judgment.
Right, there's no
in that
man
way.
creating that rule for you, you're creating that rule for you. I mean, there's all kinds of forms of religion that have all kinds of rules, but it's what do you believe is going to happen to you? What do you exactly? It'll be you facing your truth. What do you think is going to happen? What do you think needs to happen to you for you to be a better person? And you will create that reality for yourself.
Really?
And again, this
go
is
with
all
Monica.
you know written well after the fact, and
You can't say it's true.
not even a little.
All right.
So that being said,
Yes.
I have a question.
Sure.
Now, I try really, really hard to separate the physical from the spirit, because if once you lose somebody, it's hard enough missing their spirit, much less missing their body. Like, it's just,
Absolutely.
but at the same time, when I die, I am really, really hoping that I see my daughter's beautiful face.
How could you not?
So, we're not physical,
But you can present
but
yourself that way.
can you have that physical experience, so, like, in a sense,
I think
where
that you
I'll
can.
be able to embrace her and look into her eyes, just see them again.
I think you will. I think that you can do that. I think that when I do see those on the other side, I don't just see a ball of energy. They can present themselves to me any way they want to. And they can present themselves to me as a daughter, or as my pet, or as whatever I need them to be, or whether I recognize them as or need them to see, to feel that love again. But in reality, I think we're all part of that whole anyway, and you're gonna feel her anyway. But if you want to see that, I'm sure she'll present that for you.
I'm
sure
gonna
she'll
be
do
like
that.
a couple inches taller, but just saying.